Okay, everybody. I just got back from Olathe, Kansas at the All-in-One Gaming Expo. It was a great time event put on by the All-in-One Gaming Discord. They had everything from a 40 plus vendor room, arcade room, uh, plenty of panels. There was like a board game room, pretty much everything that you need out of a con. I think it was pretty successful overall. Everybody that put it on, it was a really good time. I enjoyed it. I went to both days of it. It seemed like the Saturday day was busier than the Sunday day. I had some friends of mine in the Gaming Dads podcast have their show, their panel today. So I went to that. It was a good time, good turnout, just good friends and everything. So I got some pickups to add to the collection here, so I'm just going to share those with you guys today. Let me get everything going here. So first off, we got some Switch stuff. I got Final Fantasy X X2, the HD remaster for the Switch. Heard good things about this game. Heard it's a lot of fun, so looking forward to trying that one out. We next up got Harvest Moon, Light of the Moon. Uh, I don't really know about this one. It was like $10, so I decided to take a ticket on it. Good cheap Switch games are not easy to find. Dead Cells got this for a pretty good buy. Uh, One of the vendors thought it looked interesting, pretty cheap as well, so I decided to take a ticket. And then Giga Wreck Alt. If you know, this is a limited run game. An interesting thing about this game, it actually comes with a like an art book manual style thing. The card, obviously, the artwork on this is really pretty. But the cool thing about this game is actually made by Game Freak, which is, most of you will probably know that this is the developer of Pokemon. So, one of their few games that they've made recently that is not a Pokemon IP. So, that's pretty cool. So, next up, we've got some PS3 stuff. I picked up the uncensored version of Akibra Strip Undead and Undressed. So, this game is pretty titillating. Next up is Hyper Dimension Neptunia. I think this is a PlayStation exclusive for a PS3 exclusive. Pretty interesting stuff, so that should be a fun one to check out. And then I also picked up Blade Arceus. This is a Japanese import copy, it looks like. This is a really cool thing. The game is still sealed. It's a little risque, so I'm not going to show too much of the back there. But it comes with two different soundtracks, an art book, a calendar, and then the game. And both the soundtracks and the art book are still sealed. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Next up, we've got a new system I've kind of decided to start collecting for, and most of it's pretty cheap as well, which is nice. We've got columns and super columns for the Sega Game Gear. I'm happy to add those. Those should be fun to play. We got Star Trek: The Next Generation for the Game Gear. Should be. I've really been getting into Star Trek lately. I've been watching through Voyager. I'm in the middle of season 2 right now, so look forward to adding another Star Trek game into the collection. Mickey's Castle of Illusion. It's pretty cool. X-Men for the Game Gear. Sonic Chaos. And the legendary Batman Returns. I'm not sure on that game whether some of those Batman games, it's kind of hard to say. Some are really good and some are really not. So next up, let's get into the 360 stuff. I'm going to have to pause for a second here just to set up for the 360. So first up, we've got asterisks at the Olympic Games. If you know anything about the Xbox 360 set, for North America, there is 3 releases that were not in the United States. There is FIFA 19, El Chavo Kart, and asterisk at the Olympic Games. FIFA 19 and El Chavo Kart both were Mexican exclusives, and asterisk at the Olympic Games was a Canadian exclusive. I'm not 100% on this, so don't quote me, but I think it's because of the French influence that this game got a Canadian release. As you can see, it's the Les Editions Albert René, whatever that means. So yeah, I think it's to do with the French release. Next up, our Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Pretty happy to have this one in. Don't see it very often, so that should be a fun play. Divinity 2 Echo Draconius. So we got a heavy here. Heavy for the 360 at least. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. I've heard this is a pretty good game. Heard different things. I'm not quite sure. Be a fun one to check out. This is a definite heavy here. Happy to pick this one up. I picked up the Raiden Fighters Aces and the Asterix game from Nate Walker, the event organizer that some of you will remember from. He's part organizer of the All-in-One Gaming Expo as well as the KC Retro shows. You've also probably seen him at the Como videos and several other places as well. So yeah, I was happy to have this Raiden Aces game. It's pretty difficult to find, honestly, and happy to get it before the prices go up on it anymore. A couple of sports games coming up here. We got NCAA Basketball 09. Still a fairly pricey game. Hard to come by the NCAA basketball games. Cubed. It's a compilation, I believe, of Atari arcade games, Luminous Live, Res HD, and E4. So, should be fun. A lot of these arcade compilations are a lot of fun. 3 games in one, as you see there. I look forward to checking out the Luminous, at least. That should be fun. This is the last Blaze Blue game I needed. This one is not a common release at all, in my opinion. Blaze Blue, Continuum, Shift, Extend. From what you see there, I'm not entirely sure what kind of game this is, but it should be a fun one to check out. The interesting thing I actually found out was there was 4 Blaze Blue games during this generation. 3 of them got released on the 360, and then a 4th one got only a PS3 release. So I'll probably pick up that 4th one on the PS3 at some point. I think it's a pretty expensive game, though. Went ahead and added Batman Arkham Origins. I got it for like half price. I figured it was probably the best deal I'll ever pick up on it, so glad to get it out of the way. WWE All-Stars. Also, not exactly a cheap release as well. I don't know, I'm not super excited about it, but need it for the set, so glad to get it for a decent price and out of the way. This is another heavier release, Azura's Wrath. This game should be fun to check out at some point once we get the set done. I look forward to it. Just happy to get it for a good price and get it out of the way. Do not look forward to cleaning stickers off of cases. I hate it. It's not fun at all. This is a one-off in the series. Adam Korlick will love this one. It is a hand-egg game, as he loves to call it. A hand-egg coaching game, even better. I believe they only made one of this series, Head Coach 09. I think it's literally like the franchise head coaching part stripped out of Madden, put on a game, and sold. So, it's, it only got 1 year to make, and here we are. Believe it or not, there's the head coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, on the back of it. So there's a legend. I got a really good price on this game. Wet. Happy to add it. I've seen several copies of it around. It's not super common, but not really uncommon either. But got it for a really good price, so happy to get it out of the way. And then I went today, after an IKEA run, to a couple of half-price books, and these came from the half-price books. Caught a couple of them, some sneaky deals, a couple of them regular price, so what you can get. Got this guy for about $5 off the regular price, so I was happy on that. I think this is the last Command & Conquer game I needed for the 360 set. Grease Dance, whatever you want to say about that. Just a Grease Connects game, whatever. Next up, Virtua Tennis 4. Just another tennis game. I think this was the last Virtua Tennis game that was released on the 360. Glad that's over with. Brain and Body Connection. I'm sure this is a absolute banger for the Kinect. I'm definitely gonna get all the achievements and everything this game has to offer. 100%. Same with this one, Zumba Fitness World Party. Last Zumba game I needed. I'm glad that crap is over with. Probably the best thing about this game is the pretty ladies on the cover. And another crappy Kinect game to end it. U-Stars 2 in the movies. Stars in the real movies. I'm sure this is an absolute banger. I mean, it's got Star Trek in it, 300, The Terminator, Wizard of Sadness. Yeah, so there's that. And then the last couple things I got to show you here is I got my wristband I'm going to keep from the All-in-One Gaming Expo just to remember the event. And when I was in the Video Game Dads podcast, I was able to win a door prize in the raffle, and I won a T-shirt. So I was happy to add this, and thanks, shout out to the Video Game Dads podcast. So I just want to tell the event organizers, everybody that was involved in the All in Gaming One Expo, the artists, the all Kincaid Arcade for donating the use of the arcade cabinets for the arcade room, all of the vendors, all the event organizers, and everybody. I want to say a shout out. Shout out to Shawn for giving me a place to sleep last night, as well as, I guess, shout out to Olathe. The next place I'll be at, you can see me 2 weeks and some days. I'm going to be up in, flying into Chicago, going to get picked up by Retro Legends, aka the Snowman. Going to be hanging out with him for a few days in the Wisconsin area, and then going out to the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, and that should be a hell of a show. I expect to pick up between 100 and 150 360 games and get this thing done. Get darn close. We are, I think with this lot, we're within 305 of the full set now. So we're going to be coming into the final stretches here pretty soon. So I really look forward to that. Thanks for everybody watching today, and I will catch you guys